Good afternoon, this is Nicholas from Gandora Gaming, and I bring you guys my totally awesome Paleozoic deck profile 2022 post the ban list in September, or just yesterday. So I'm super happy to go over this deck with you all. It's one of my favorite archetypes of all time. I'm so happy Konami did not ban Totally Awesome, because Toad is the best, one of the best XYZs ever to exist, and does not deserve a ban. This card is not abusably broken. Boss monsters like this aren't the problem. The problem are cards like Splight that just keep recurring this guy. And that's why Ronin Totem was the hit. I'm so happy. Really, it was Elf was the hit, but they couldn't hit Elf, so they went after Toad, which is unfair. Toad does not need to die. Paleozoic frogs don't need to die because they hit that card. So let's just go straight into this. This was a deck that came out in 2016, and it's been really fun. Very... Ooh, my apologies. But back to what I was saying. So it was a very good archetype. And funny enough, the frogs were dead. I'm not going to lie to you. Ronin Totem ban and substitute replacement is not enough. As Paleo as a frog engine does not work anymore. Totally Awesome, still in win condition, but that's not the win condition we got to go for. In my personal opinion, which I saw a list that wasn't even playing this Toad engine before the Toads were banned, the best route to go is after Darkwing Blast, we play 3 Blackjack and 3 of the new Layer Monster. The level 8 that special summons itself and protects the back row. That is our game condition now. Because, to be honest, the Toad engine, even back in the day, like 2022, before it was hit, wasn't good enough. The frogs by themselves, without the splites, cannot do the combo unless you open 2 in hand. And then you're just ending on a Toad plus 3 back row, which isn't enough in 2022. Let's be real here. So, I personally think the best way to go about this now is to get rid of the frog engine altogether, which hurts me to say because this Paleozoic Frogs is the name of the deck, and now it's just Paleozoic, which I guess is how you have to play. If you want to play a real competitive Paleozoic deck, this is how you gotta do it now. Toad is not, Totally Awesome is not banned, but Ronin Totem is, so he has to do it. You all know what Blackjack does. He's our 1 monster. He's a level 1. He's great utility. Basically, you can link Karibo or link Relinquish this card, and you get to basically reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, put them in any order, and then you can banish this card during your opponent's turn to quick effect set a card that can activate this turn. Really good card. If it's not a trap, it gets sent to grave, but we're always going to set a trap because this deck is literally 80% traps. So now we go on to the Paleozoics themselves. So the Paleozoics themselves are trap monsters, meaning they special summon themselves whenever trap activates, allowing them to summon onto our field. So these are our monsters. His effect is, as a trap card, you can activate him, target a monster your opponent controls, discard a card, and then banish that target. Very powerful effect. Really good monster. And just a neg 1 though. But because we're playing Blackjack, we can discard Blackjack off, Dino this for a plus instead of a minus, which is good. Next we play 3 Paleozoic Canadia. This is our Book of Moon. Really cool. This is our Karma Cut. This is our Book of Moon. A very powerful card. It basically says, hey, I'm booking your monster. It's not that good right now because the Fusion deck is the best deck in the format. But against Splight, booking their level 2s is fantastic. Then we have Oinoides, who is the basically the spell and trap removal. He's MST for the deck. Really good card. And so you have Book of Moon, MST, Karma Cut. And then finally the last guy is Foolish Burial, because he sends any other any trap card for your deck to grave. I guess he's Foolish Burial Goods. Yeah, he's Foolish Burial Goods before Foolish Burial Goods was a card. And that is it for the Paleozoic. So this is our monster lineup. He sends spells and traps to grave. He's a MST, Book of Moon, Quick Effect Banish, Karma Cut. Great recursion, great card. Now we go on to our trap cards. We play, for our traps, we play 3 Dimensional Barrier. A card that should have been banned, but it was not banned. And we're going to keep abusing until it is banned. It's 2 of. Looks like we're just playing a 2 of trap line. I'm testing out a card that came out about a year ago, and I think it's broken, but trap decks don't play it. And I'm going to go into that card. One of those underrated cards is Warning Point. Warning Point is a really great card. Dimensional Barrier, we all know, we call a different type of monster for the extra deck, like Synchro, XYZ, Ritual, Pendulum. It's everything but Link. And then whatever you call, their Pokemon special summon that type of monster for the rest of the turn. And as for Warning Point says, quick effect, activates this card. Monsters on your opponent's field effects are negated, and their Can't be used as material this turn, which is really, really good against some matchups. It's also good just flooding zones, because they can't use them as material. They can't be made with other monsters, which is fantastic. We also play 2 Torrential Tribute, because Torrential Tribute's a great card. Basically says, hey, let's just blow up the field. I play 2 Epidemic Virus, not Epidemic, Compulsory Evacuation, my apologies. And that's a really, really good card. Basically just bounces a monster. Really, really good. We're also playing 2 Lost Wind and 2 Titanicider. These both do the same thing. They're my favorite trap cards. You got to play them. Really, really powerful cards. Have a special summon monster by half, and their effects are negated permanently, and their attack is half permanently. And then if your opponent special summons a monster, you reset this card but banish it when it leaves the field. Titanicider does not banish itself from grave. It just keeps setting itself, but it only works on monsters from the extra deck. Next we play Terrors of the Overroot, which is a really, really good card. Basically, it's a new card that came out in Power of the Elements. Basically, you target a monster your opponent controls and 1 card in the graveyard. They set that card, and another monster gets sent to grave, which is really, really good. Really strong card. That is it for our removal cards. Now we talk about our consistency cards, which are 3 Trap Trick, because Trap Trick is an amazing card. Really, really consistent card. And then this is my spice of the deck, which no one has ever played in a game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Redeemable Jar. Now, you're probably wondering, what the fuck is Redeemable Jar? Why are you playing like a pot card? What is this? Well, Redeemable Jar is actually kind of stupid. But no one plays it because it came out when Eldritch was a deck. And Eldritch wasn't really into it. This didn't negate stuff. And they already recurred themselves quite easily. So it's like, why would I play this? All my traps reset themselves anyway as monsters. Why would I do this? But this card is really, really stupid. So basically, Redeemable Jar does is that you banish 1 trap in your grave. Add from your graveyard to your hand a different trap with the original name. You only use this effect once per turn during either player's turn. Meaning that you can use your traps, banish traps you already use, and get the better traps reset onto your field. Which is a very fantastic card. Meaning, as long as you activate 2 traps a turn, you are going to have Dimensional Barrier every single turn while this card's on the field. Very, very powerful effect. You're all missing out. Next, we play 3 anti-spell. These are cards that go against anti-removal, basically. Anti-spell that says, hey, you're playing a Lightning Storm, but you better set that Lightning Storm so I can Oinoids it. And it's just a really, really powerful card that should also be banned. And then finally, 3 Solemn Judgment, because Solemn Judgment says, pay half, negate whatever's going to stop me from winning the game, and win the duel. Very, very powerful card. Paying half is always usable because you'll never have unable to pay this card. So now it's time for the extra deck, which is, I think, phenomenal in this deck. So first things first, 3 Totally Awesome. Totally Awesome is a fantastic card, and I'm so happy this card was not hit. This card is a free Omni Negate for the archetype. It's a little hard to go into now because we're not playing. It needs 2 Aquas, and that's what sucks about Toad. You can't just do 2 level 2s. Then he would have been banned if it was just 2 level 2s, but he's 2 Aquas, so they have to play the Frog Engine. But we don't anymore because all the Paleozoics are Aqua, level 12, level 2, 1200 attack, 0 defense. And also, all the Paleozoic monsters are unaffected by monster effects, which is pretty interesting. Next, we play 2 Anomalocaris, or Caris, Anomalocaris. This card is fantastic. Not only, as long as this card has traps and material, which you'll always have, not only is it a quick effect Trident, it's unaffected by monster effects, and it also has the effect when a trap card is activated while this guy's on the field, you get to draw. If it's a trap card, set it. Very, very powerful card. Fantastic card. It only requires 3 materials, though, so it's a little hard to make. Really straight card. The next best card in the deck, Oinoides. This guy's Opabinia. My apologies, not Oinoides. Opabinia. This guy's also amazing. 2 level 2s, unaffected by monster effects, which is fantastic. And then as long as this guy has a trap as material, you detach 1 material, and then you get to add 1 trap, Paleozoic trap from your deck to your hand. Such a powerful effect. And also, all traps can activate in the hand. This guy's basically stupid when it comes to the Paleozoics. All the Paleozoics become hand traps, and it makes the deck really, really strong. It's hard to play back row removal when this guy says play in your hand. Really, really strong card. It's like Magical Musketeers. Next we play 2 Phantom Knights of Cursed Javelin. This guy's good. Basically detach material to negate a monster, which is great. And also halves it. So it's a Lost Wind, but for the turn. And he just helps. Oh, he turns into 0. My apologies. It's more like Titaniciner. But it's not a quick effect because we're not playing Phantom Knights. So, it's a pretty good card, but not the greatest. We're also playing one Onobia Souls Sewer Bits. This card actually came out this year. It's a very powerful card. Basically, detach one material from this card. Target one monster your opponent controls. Banish it until the end phase of your opponent's turn. And then if this card is destroyed by your opponent's card effects, target 3 of your banished cards. Shuffle them back into the deck. Very, very powerful effect. Great monster. Splites definitely play this card. We also play the one Cat Shark. Detach a material. Make an XYZ double its attack. We play one Drowned Magician because Drowned Magician says, hey, I'm making Zeus. And we play the Zeus, who says clear the board for every materials. And then finally, we play the Relinquish Anima and Linkaribo. That is it for the extra deck. I hope you all enjoy. Don't do anything stupid. And watch out for that Hurricane because this shit's crazy. Alright, see ya.